I'm Mick Mikashon, a wetland ecologist for the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency. I work with our wetland ecology group. I'm pretty lucky in that I get to study special habitats like this vernal pool behind me. Um, this pool is a very nice example of a vernal pool in central Ohio. Um, Earlier in the season, this pool was completely full of water. It's dried down quite a bit since then. We're at mid-June, and it's not going to be too much longer before this pool dries down completely. Certainly by mid-July, it will be dry. Um, these vernal pools do some outstanding things as far as water control goes. A pool like this, even though it really doesn't have any stream source, it just relies on surface water, can fill and empty and fill about 11 times a year. And so all that water stays in the pool and never gets into the stream systems. Once the pool fills up, water then is lost by percolation down into the soils and through evapotranspiration. And it will empty itself out. Then it has capacity to take in more rainwater. And because that water is just held here in the basin, it never enters the stream system. And so it never contributes to any kind of flooding going on. And in that way, they do a really excellent job of water retention and flood control. These vernal pools do some neat things as far as biodiversity is concerned. This pool here has a good community of buttonbush, which is a common component of a lot of vernal pools across the state, and especially here in central Ohio. We also get some neat plants here you don't see other places. We get a whole set of sedges. We get the floating leaf buttercup, and we also get like the floating leaf mannagrass. So a lot of really neat plants that are called vernal pools home, and you don't find them other places. As far as animals go, these vernal pools do some pretty unique things. We get animals here that we just don't see anyplace else. This particular pool has 4 species of salamanders that breed here, and also has wood frogs. As they do their annual breeding run, we get the salamanders coming into the pool, and all the adults concentrate here, and the breeding often happens all together. And you can see a huge concentration of salamanders all at one time. Then they lay their eggs and they leave the pool. We also get wood frogs breeding in this pool, and wood frogs in central Ohio is a very rare species now because of all the development that has occurred. And we have very little natural vernal pools remaining that will provide habitat for that frog species and the salamanders. Vernal pools are also great education sources. A student that's willing to spend the time out here at a vernal pool and see what's going on can learn a lot of lessons over the course of the year. They do some really great things, and vernal pools are being worked into a lot of education programs and being used to teach some of the basic things about science and biology. Aesthetically, vernal pools can add a lot too. They really are beautiful habitats, and as you can see with this one behind me, it's really a nice example, but all vernal pools have some characteristics that add value to a neighborhood or a woodlot. If one is 1 or 2 or 3 are there, it really makes it a much more pleasing place to be, just for being able to look at it, but also for the other services it provides. And vernal pools also provide some of the other ecological services that other wetlands supply. For instance, if you had a headwater stream, feeding into a vernal pool, they can do a great job of settling out sediments from those waters, removing nutrients and other pollutants. They can also do a good job of tying up carbon. So these vernal pools really are some outstanding habitats and do some very unique things and provide an opportunity for a whole group of ecological services we wouldn't get otherwise.